guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to the Girly Hour,
where we solve the world's problems from our couch.
And today we're going to be solving little white lies.
Ooh.
Lying to your partner, more specifically.
Yes.
Or being lied to as a partner.
Yes. Do we do it? When is it okay?
When is it not
ever
okay?
Is it ever okay?
Right.
We're going to figure that out today.
So first we want you to go on our social medias, all of them, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and please follow, like, subscribe, share, and rate us a 5 out of 5.
Yeah. And in our show notes, we do have our email in there, and some of our listeners emailed us. So that's why we're doing this episode.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, or like advice questions, email us. Because like people, I don't think want to DM us that kind of stuff.
No.
So yeah, this is how and I was looking at our email and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Hello. Anyways. Yeah.
And if you have like topics that you want us to cover too.
Yeah.
Right.
You can DM those to us if that's easier for you. But we also have this email option.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hit us up.
Yeah. It's in the show notes. Check the show notes. Before we get started, there's something that's going on, and I don't think you have heard about it yet, but there are 2 kids missing in Nova Scotia right now.
I did not hear about this.
Lily, I think she's 6, and Jack is 4. So
did Dad take them?
Okay, so it's not like people are trying to be like, chill out. It's only been 5 days. They went missing on Friday.
We mean only 5 days.
I know.
Okay, children missing for like 3 hours is insane.
But the way the news is portraying it versus like if you go into Reddit or like TikTok and stuff, like more and more is like coming out from people, and you can only take that with a grain of salt, like what people are saying. So I'm going to kind of go over it with you. So Lily and Jack Sullivan went missing Friday. Mom and stepdad, were in their bedroom with their shared infant, like a baby.
Oh.
And she was dozing in and out, and I guess the stepdad was in with her, and they had heard the kids playing in the kitchen, and then next thing you know, they don't hear anything, and they go out, and like it appears that they went out the back patio sliding door, which is very silent. You can't hear it open. And so then once they realized they were missing, stepdad jumped into his car and was going up and down the back roads. It's, from what I understand, it's Pictou County in Nova Scotia. The brush is dense. It's kind of like backwoodsy kind of deal. It looks like they're kind of like in a trailer type home.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of trees. So possible that they just like skipped out and got a little lost. That was Friday.
Is that usual for them though? Like I need to know their history. I need to know their background.
Right. Well, Mom said we don't usually stop them from going out in the backyard to play. So it's normal for them to go out, but then to go missing, not normal.
Obviously.
Now, they did hold them back from school on Friday because Lily had a cough. And then there's also coming out that they didn't go to school Thursday.
This is giving murderous affairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Where wife, just on my initial intake of this.
Yes.
Wife is trying to get rid of her old life, sadly, and trying to be with stepfather and shared baby.
Yes.
That's okay. My initial impression. Continue.
Yes. So, and we haven't heard anything from the father, which would be probably last name Sullivan.
So Mr. Sullivan, if you're listening.
Yeah. Tell us. Anyways.
Share the tea.
So yeah. And then of course, like when they're videotaping them for the news, they seem a little off, but I mean, everyone deals with like stress differently. So it's hard to really go off of that.
Yes.
Now in the Reddit and TikTok community, people are saying that he was caught saying that he loved those kids. So they're like, why is he using past tense? That kind of stuff, like little slip ups like that. But again, I haven't had time to like go and find the video of him saying that.
Also could be like, okay, they've been missing for forever. Like, you know, they're probably like, I've watched movies enough. I've watched enough documentaries.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to think it, but like, they're gone right now. So I loved them.
Could be.
And could be they're murdered by them as well.
Yeah. And they've got like the infrared like helicopters going around trying to like search the area for like any sort of life, and like there's nothing. The dogs are out, there's nothing. So everyone's like, there's no trace of them around the house.
So do we know how long it was from the last time that they heard them to when they knew they were missing?
We may know that. I don't know that.
Okay.
I haven't found that. I'm sure it's in there. This just like literally showed up on my feed like an hour ago. So I don't know a whole lot, but I just wanted to put it on everyone's radar because it could be true crime happening. in front of us.
Canadian true crime.
Canadian true crime.
I don't love it, but I love it.
Yeah, like I just hope that they
like I'm obsessed with it, but I hate that it happens.
It's giving. What was that guy's name? The
one on
Watts?
Netflix with the kids into the big oil thing.
Yeah, it's giving. We're getting a sense of that.
Oh, it's so sad.
It could just be that they ran off and like they're lost in the woods, and that happens. But both, I don't know. Anyways, there was something else I wanted to note on that. Oh, in Reddit and in the TikTok community, people who live in the community are saying that the kids actually hadn't been to school since Monday. So a teacher hadn't seen them since Monday. Parents are saying Thursday, Friday.
So maybe, okay, this is
they could have been missing a long time, and then Friday parents
and then they just decided this is our plan.
Yeah, could have been anything, like any of these like true crime stories. Like they maybe, you know, the kids were annoying and they got like whatever, they got hands on and something bad happened, whatever. But 2 is just kind of crazy.
And how old were they again?
6 and 4.
6 and 4.
Girl is 6, boy is 4. Jack is 4, Lily 6.
Oh my gosh.
The last thing I want to note, again, this is from like the Reddit community. So like these are just like people in like the Nova Scotia subreddits that live in the community. Apparently, could be trolls, but they said that she has since left the area to go stay with family, which they think is sus. Like a mother who's looking for her kids, why would you leave?
What if her kids come back home?
Right. And that she has blocked stepdad on social media. I have not been able to like confirm this, but that's what's going around. So everyone's like, woo, this whole thing is so sus.
You did a lot of work in an hour.
I know. You were blow drying your hair.
You were busy.
Yeah.
Wow, this is absolutely crazy. I think we need to keep on top of this.
Yes, we'll have to do updates.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this episode comes out in just 2 days.
Yeah.
So
a lot could happen.
Yeah, when you guys are listening to this, we can all reconvene and message us with some things that you've seen that maybe we haven't, and we'll solve this together.
Yeah, let's solve it.
Yeah. This is wild though. It's hard to believe that this kind of stuff still happens.
Right.
Like I still find it hard to believe that kidnappings or like, you know, like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like it's 2025 and like this kind of stuff happening in the recent past and like now. I think it's so wild because of all the, you know, everybody has a phone on them. Yeah. Everything is filmed. Everything's on camera.
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere.
Like everything is tracked in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Big Brother definitely exists.
Yeah.
And I just think it's wild that these things can still happen.
Like people can still disappear.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
On that note, go watch Gone Girls, the serial killer of Long Island. I watched this 3-part series. So good. It kind of, I think it was like 2010s, like early 2010s when that was happening. I don't remember seeing that in the news, but it was like lots of people disappearing.
Oh.
They were mostly,
what's this on?
They were sex workers. Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Go watch it. It's a ride. All 3 episodes.
Now that we're on this topic, can we just talk about crime like stuff for a little bit?
Sure.
I love this stuff.
Is that all you wanted to say?
No, okay, so I don't know about you guys. I'm a scaredy cat. So like maybe it's the millennial in me, but like when somebody knocks on my door,
God, you melt to the floor.
Get fucked if you think I'm answering that. Absolutely not. Nor will I either charge my doorbell. I've been looking at it every day, being like, I need to go upstairs to get the thing to like take it off to charge it.
Right.
But yeah.
I noticed it was dead today because I was trying to get it.
It's been dead. Yeah. So yeah, like I'm a big scaredy cat. Like I will melt into the floor when someone knocks on my door. Like I'm so jumpy.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious of everybody. And now, is that because I watch so much true crime?
Could
or
be.
Crime in general, like Criminal Minds growing up. Oh my God, I loved it. And my dad, he's so funny. Every time I'd be watching it, like living at home with them, he'd be like, hey, guess what? And I'm like, what? He's like, they catch the guy. Dad.
Oh God. We know. Okay.
Spoiler alert.
I think as millennials, it was like drilled into our head, like don't answer the door to strangers.
Yeah.
Because I remember as a kid, like if the doorbell rang as a kid, I would like melt it. Like I would slide off the couch and like lay on the floor.
Or like if you answer the phone and you're the only one home. Okay, this is a funny story. So my parents weren't home one day and I'm like a child. Well, old enough to be home alone. Like,
right. Sure.
We're legal. And
because the boomers went by those rules, but continue.
Yeah. And somebody called asking for my parents. And I'm like, instead of saying they're not home.
The shower.
I literally said they're in the shower. And it was like probably like one of my parents, like friends of the family or something.
Right.
But I was like, oh, they're in the shower. Like I'm not home alone.
I'll get them to call you back
Yeah,
later.
exactly. And then I guess they told my parents, and they were like, oh my God, so embarrassing. Like we weren't home.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Anyway, I did see an Instagram post. I've seen it a bunch of times where it's like, oh, if you watch true crime to relax, like you're crazy. I don't think so.
It's like college for us. Like we're learning as women what not to
Right.
do in situations.
Exactly. This is self-preservation.
Yeah, exactly. We
Anyway.
learn from like other mistakes.
Yeah.
Not, I wouldn't call them mistakes, but well, okay. Did you hear? This is now just a crime podcast. We're not even gonna get to lying, but did you see the girl on TikTok? She is from Toronto. She went and visited Vancouver, and she almost died. Like a man like tried to kill her in a park.
What?
And like her face is so bruised, it's all messed up. And he was like released on bail like the next day, but he was out on bail from assaulting someone.
Oh my God.
When he grabbed her. So it was like nighttime. She's walking through a park again. Like, oh, what was she doing? Like, we should be able to walk at night. But anyways, but she fought him hard.
Good.
And then got away. And then he got her again. And then she fought him hard and then got away. Or sorry, she ran up to a group of guys. They were off-duty police officers.
Oh my God. Thank
God. And then they came and like protected her.
That must have been so scary to also have to run up to a group of men. Because you don't know. They could have been trash.
Yeah.
Regardless of their job.
Yeah.
And been like, oh, well, let's take advantage.
Right.
Oh my goodness. What a scary moment for her.
Crazy. And she was just visiting the area. And like, you should go find her on TikTok. I'm sure if you just like Google like woman assaulted in Vancouver Park, you'll be able to find her handle. She tells the whole story and she's got like crazy bruises all over her face. But I think she has images too of like her bloody bag and stuff because she like was hitting him back and stuff too.
Good for her.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, the guy has like mental health issues, but like it doesn't mean
that doesn't matter.
I know.
That doesn't excuse doing that. Like,
yeah.
Not all men, but like, why is it always men?
Yeah. And she does do like a follow-up because she found out he was released on bail. Like she said that victim services, like, of course, like contacted her to tell her that. She's back in Toronto.
Yeah.
But she kind of talks about like her feelings on it. But and like she's got a great attitude about it from almost like being murdered.
I feel like we have like a responsibility to like protect other women from this guy.
Yeah, exactly. No bail. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note,
we know all of you love true crime too, so we know you're responsive. We're asking if you like it.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about lying to your partner in a relationship. I mean, this could all kind of work with like friends too, but we're kind of narrowing in on like lying to your partner.
Yeah.
And like what kind of fibs are okay, if they're okay, and like what's definitely not okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it. I think we should just start with one of the advice ones and go from there.
Let's do it.
Okay. So let me read out this email. Hold on.
I think this one we can all relate to.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. That's one I'm going to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she says, hi, love the podcast and love that you cover many topics. Thanks. You answered a listener question in your first dates episode. So I thought I would write in as well. So here's my dilemma. I've been dating my boyfriend for about 8 months, and recently he got me a necklace for my birthday. It's really not my style. Gold and chunky, when I prefer silver and dainty. When he gave it to me, I said I loved it because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I even wore it to dinner the next weekend. But now he keeps bringing it up and mentioning how he's looking for a bracelet to match. Oh no. I feel trapped in this tiny fib. Do I come clean and say I don't really like it? Or just keep going with it to spare his feelings? Help. Aww.
I feel like I have many differing opinions on this, like both ways, all around the circle.
Go.
So I feel like to start, 8 months were pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like as a human, you have eyeballs.
Yes.
And you could probably see what your girlfriend wears on a day-to-day basis.
She's always wearing silver and dainty tiny things.
So I feel like, because we all have different styles, right? So I feel like if you have eyeballs, you could open them and observe your partner.
Yes.
And see what they wear, what they don't wear, make note of it. Or if you're looking to buy jewelry, ask a friend.
Yes.
Oh my God. Confirm with a friend.
Your girlfriend messaged me about like earrings and stuff that she was going to get you.
Yeah.
Do that.
And I love them.
Yes. do that.
Yes. And I promise I actually do love them.
Yes.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like just at the basic level, use your common sense here,
Mhm.
right?
Yes. But I want to give it to men that maybe they're just not noticing things like that. Because, like sometimes you get a haircut and like, my dad doesn't notice I get my haircut.
Yes, but I think
So
if you are actively being like, I want to purchase something
true.
of this nature,
You would
I'm
look
going to
at
pay
that.
attention to what she would like.
Right. That's fair.
I think you should put in that. So yes, no, you're not noticing on an everyday basis. You're just like, oh, my girlfriend's hot. She looks great. She's so put together, right? But then if you're actively being like when it comes time to buy like an engagement ring, right?
Right.
We shouldn't be flying by the seat of our pants.
Right.
That would be an even bigger. Imagine this was an engagement ring.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't have advice for that. I don't know what you would do.
No, I've seen like a girl get an engagement ring and she didn't like it and they got a new ring.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
And that's a strength in saying to your partner, because that could lead to so many other things. Like if you don't love it and you're not wearing it, then your partner's like, hey, like, do you not want to get married? Like, you know what I mean? There's like so many things they could draw from that. And it's just that you just don't like it. So like, hey, honey, I don't love it. Let's get something I love and I'm going to wear all the time.
And
they're going to want you to want to wear it all the time and like enjoy it. It's a lot of money.
It's like a sign of, like your love and your partnership, I would say.
Yeah.
And you guys both want to be proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would take crazy communication skills, which whoever you're talking about is a boss.
A boss.
Like that relationship is gold.
Yes.
On communication.
Yes.
So
crazy.
Okay, back to this. What are you thinking just off the hop?
I think if there was like, okay, so I'm a gold dainty girly.
You are, I know that.
Yeah. So if my partner came to me and said, if there was like thought about it, like, hey, I know you love gold, but like I really thought this silver would look really nice on you with like whatever outfit or something. Yeah. Like if they had like a plan behind it, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, like I'll try it. I'll try anything.
That sounds thoughtful though.
Right. But if they just give it to you without that, then it's like you weren't even, I don't feel seen. I don't feel like you were paying attention to me at all.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to put me in something that maybe you prefer, but like it's not something I like.
Yeah.
Like you could draw a lot of like negativity from that if there's no conversation.
Yeah.
Which I think my answer to this person is I think you need to have the conversation. Like, hey, what is she, silver dainty? Like, hey, like you got me like a gold chunky necklace and like I don't really wear that. Like is, what made you think of that? Like was there something like a outfit that you thought it would look good with, or like just like be curious and be like, hey, like what was behind that?
Yeah.
Like, is this something your mother would wear in your, you know what I mean?
Oh God.
Yeah.
And then that's a whole nother separate conversation. Yeah, I think, and like, I don't blame her for being like, oh, I love it. Cause like how fucking awkward.
Right. And I think at the time it's okay to say I love it.
Yes.
And then compose yourself, think about how you're going to talk to them about it, and then bring it up at a different time.
Because yes, I'm saying I think more effort could have been put in.
Mm-hmm.
They did put effort in.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to shit on them.
Right.
And we do want to be like thankful for like there was a thought.
Yeah.
I don't think many, but like there was a thought that went into it. And I do think that's like sweet.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think like when you say I love it, you could be speaking to like, I love that you went and thought of me and got me this thing. Like it's not that I love the actual piece, but like I love this whole moment.
Everything surrounding it.
Yes.
Agreed.
Thank you for putting the effort in. And then when he starts bringing up the bracelet, be like, hey, you know what? I've worn it. It's kind of like I was excited to try something outside of my, realm of what I usually wear. So I appreciate you bringing this, like giving me this, but it just doesn't go with anything that I wear. It doesn't go with my colors. It like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't think I need a bracelet to match.
Yeah. Or like I don't know. I don't really have small wrists. I got pretty thick wrists for a girl, I would say.
Weird.
Big bone. See that bone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay. Big. Did you break your wrist?
No.
Oh, okay. But it's got bony wrists.
I do.
So that makes them skinny if they're bony.
Well, no, but I like put your hand around it. Like it's it's a pretty thick wrist.
Pretty girthy.
So like so I wouldn't say this, but you could be like, oh, like I think my wrist like can't handle something that big.
Because it's already big.
Yeah, like I think that maybe something like this, and that would really match like this other one that I have.
Right. Yeah.
Going like that route.
Okay. So not being full honest, half honest.
Half honest. But then
because now you're just getting yourself into another lie.
I know.
Because then what happens if you get a chunky silver bracelet? He's going to be like, what?
Right. Okay. I think this is so fluid. You are 8 months in.
Yes.
We're still learning about each other.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why I'm not so butthurt that he got her like something that's not her style. 8 months, whatever. You're just learning. If this was like 4 years deep, different. I'd be like, okay, you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
8 months, you're allowed to not know who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. 8 months, we're learning. I think, then she can be honest, like in a nice way. Like I don't think it's nice to go out and like hurt his feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure that would hurt his feelings if he was like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
my therapist always says like lead with curiosity.
I love that.
And so as long as you're like asking the questions, like just being curious, like being open and curious, like it's not going to put that person in a protective stance, you know, and like
it's not like an accusatory. Like you bought something that I hate.
Which is why I was like, just be like, I'm curious as to why like you chose this.
Yeah.
Like what made you think of me with this?
And I like what you said. Like, is there a certain outfit that you thought that this would look good in?
Right. Right.
And maybe there is.
Yeah. And maybe you just teach him a little bit about how you got your color analysis done because you were listening to the girly hour.
Exactly.
And gold is not your jewelry color because it doesn't go with your colors.
Yeah. I think we should mention because let's backtrack to the actual question.
Oh,
she said he keeps bringing it up and mentioning it.
That he's going to get a bracelet.
Oh, that he's looking. Okay, I thought we meant like, why isn't she wearing it?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Gotcha.
Both those instances could lead to like a good conversation.
Yeah. I think in this case, like if he keeps bringing up how he's like looking for a bracelet or like whatever, I think you need to nip it in the bud like pretty soon. Because if he just keeps asking, it's like you're gonna feel shittier and shittier about it as time goes on.
Yeah. Or agree to whatever this conversation has, agree to get a matching set and then never go back to gold. I don't know. Like, sure, like for that occasion that I need a gold necklace and bracelet, like a wedding, if you're going to an Indian wedding, you want to wear gold. Yeah. So like maybe that's what you wear it for.
There you go.
If you have a lot of those in your future.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's going to be just a formal wearing, not like an everyday.
Yeah.
And be like, if you want me to have an everyday, this is what I like.
And there is some jewelry that's like, I only wear this for events.
Yeah.
And maybe that's it.
Yeah. More like a costume jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw. Okay. So our advice, if I were to gather what we just said, have the conversation. When he brings up the bracelet, explain to him like, hey, like maybe have that conversation, like the curiosity conversation of like, what made you get this for me? Like, I do love like silver dainty, and like explain it to him because maybe he just needs to know that because it is only 8 months in and we're just learning about each other. And then, you know, set the standard for the rest of the relationship of like, I like silver and dainty.
And I think even too, maybe offering to be like, let's go and pick out a bracelet together.
Yeah.
You can make it like a fun date.
Yeah. Like a bracelet that you could wear always, like every day, which would be silver and dainty.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think from that conversation, you're going to be able to gauge the kind of partner he's going to be, which it's really good. 8 months in, we're learning about each other.
Yeah.
If he tries to steamroll it, or if he's like not open to it, or he's like really hurt by it, depending on how you come at it, then maybe he's like not ideal.
Yeah.
But if he's very open to it and he goes, oh shoot, like, you know, I'll pay better attention next time or whatever.
He might even offer to return the necklace.
Win, win, win.
What a man. Keep him. Keep him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah. I understand the lie in the moment. I just think you needed to address it afterwards and explain your feelings around the necklace.
Yes. So that, because also at the same time, he's not going to be wanting to make that mistake over and over again, right? Because then he's going to be like, well, why am I even buying her stuff when she doesn't wear it?
Right.
And then he's going to be hurt.
Yeah.
And why are we both being hurt here?
And then there's like silent resentment that no one is really aware of.
Yeah.
No.
And that could like roll into other things.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to like little fibs, as she calls it, like this, I think there's, like a time and a place.
And there's a time limit on them.
And there's a time limit. I think, yes, you obviously want to protect your partner's feelings. And I think that is important and like thoughtful. But at the same time, like we need to be honest with each other.
Right. You know what I link it to? Okay, this might be a little off, but in my 20s, sometimes I faked orgasms.
Right.
Who's winning there?
Nobody.
No one. Because he's going to keep doing what he thinks is like making the O happen. And then you're still not going to orgasm.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep getting gold chunky jewelry.
Exactly.
When you want silver dainty. Right?
He's going to keep doing the alphabet, which is wrong. And you're like, please, only an I or an O, only 2 letters out of the alphabet. One at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually a really good comparison, I would say.
Yeah. And like, it isn't until like when I did that in my 20s, I was never winning. But then when I was like, okay, I need to stop doing that because I need to show my partner like what they need to do, like what's correct. And then now it's win-win-win for everyone. So
absolutely. Yeah. That's a perfect analogy.
It's okay to have that little fib in a one-night stand. You're never seeing them again.
Exactly.
You could be like, yeah, it was great. Please get out.
But when we're in a relationship,
you're 8 months in.
Yeah.
You
need to
have an honest conversation.
We need to all be winners.
Yes, exactly.
If we want it to last. Absolutely. I agree.
Exactly.
Okay, I feel like we solved that.
I think so too. With the orgasm thing, I'm going to keep going.
Let's go.
If you wait a year or two to then tell your partner,
I've never come with you.
How hurtful.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yes.
As opposed to telling them a few months in, okay, this isn't working for me. This is what I need.
Yes. And sometimes, like me personally, like I struggle in certain ways.
Right.
And like, I feel like I'm honest about that.
Totally.
So then
same.
it's like you and your partner can just like figure out things together, or like maybe this one time, like it's just not going to happen, which is like so annoying, but
that's how the cookie crumbles.
It is, unfortunately. Sucks.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. And then you guys are learning you're learning your own body too.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, like imagine 2 years in being told that versus a couple months.
They'll be crushing.
Way better now.
Yeah.
You're going to have 6 chunky gold necklaces in a couple years if you don't have this conversation.
And no orgasms.
And he's going to be like, oh my God, I spent so much money on these gold chunky necklaces that you kept saying you loved.
Yes.
What the hell?
And you know what? I'll bring it back to people can't read your mind.
No.
As much as we think they can or should be able to, X-ray vision, whatever it is, people can't. So if you're telling someone, if you're verbally saying, I love this, what is someone to do except think that you love it?
Yes, exactly.
And then when your actions aren't aligning with your words, they're like, but wait, like
she
what's
hates me.
Going on?
She loves the necklace, but she hates me. Something's
right.
up.
And me as a Pisces, oh my God, that would spiral me into a hole.
Any sort of slight shift in the energy, you're like,
oh God.
Yeah. So talk to him. Now, please. Okay. So now we have another one. This one's a little bit, it's a kind of a bigger lie, Emma. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay. I just want to say I appreciate you writing this in because this is heavy. Okay. Hey, love the pod. I'm hoping you girls will cover the topic of lying to your partner and when it's okay to keep the lie or come clean, which is why we started this topic. I'm so conflicted with a lie I have been carrying for years with my fiance. I've been with my fiance for 4 years. We're solid, happy, and have always been honest, except I haven't told him something pretty major.
Okay.
Just before we started dating, I had a 6-month relationship with someone he knows. A casual acquaintance, a friend of a friend kind of thing. Not someone he would want to invite to the wedding, though. Anyway, it wasn't super serious, but it was intimate, and there's no way he wouldn't be surprised if he found out. I never mentioned it because it didn't seem relevant, and I honestly didn't think we'd go the distance at first. but now I feel like I'm carrying this secret around. Should I come clean, even if it might hurt him for something that shouldn't matter now? Signed, Haunted by Hookups Past. Yikes.
Oh. Okay. This is giving Love is Blind. Dave and like similar.
Okay.
Dave and oh my god, what's her name? She's so cute.
I don't know. Which
Okay.
season are we talking?
The most recent one.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna look this up.
Oh, was that when like she like saw someone right before she went on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And
like,
then he was upset about it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she hadn't met him yet.
Well, yeah.
Oh, and this is
Dave and Lauren.
This is the same vibe. She hasn't
Same
met him
vibe.
yet. Okay.
And it's like, it's different, obviously, but it's giving me those vibes just off the bat.
Right.
Where Dave just like she had this like literally friends with benefits, no romantic feelings, and then she broke it off before she went on the show, and then it just so happens like I guess Minneapolis is
small,
really big but small, and so he knows this guy through other people. They're not friends, but knows them.
Okay.
And he got really upset, being like, "Oh, like you're not ready for marriage because you were sleeping with this guy beforehand," which is so ridiculous.
Makes no sense.
Like, he was like such a pussy. He was. And then everybody will agree. And so it turns out she was not lying about any of this. She like didn't bring it up at first because she was like, it's irrelevant who I was seeing beforehand.
I agree.
He found out because like his crazy sister, who he's in love with, was like texting. Oh, he couldn't stop talking about her.
He's in love with his own sister?
Is what it appears to be.
Okay.
Yes. You know how that happens?
Right, yeah.
Love with her mom, love with her sister. And so he found out about this, confronted her, and she was like, okay, well, yeah, like this was a situation, and like, but I ended it, and like now we're engaged.
Right.
Like, right. And then, you know how some men, like this guy, just, you know, couldn't get over himself.
Oh,
anyway,
dear.
So it turns out the guy that she was sleeping with before, he had like a vendetta and was like messaging one of her friends or someone else being like, hey, like, let's go like blow up their lives. And like said all this stuff on purpose, being like, no, we were like in a relationship, like we were dating when
he
she
wanted
went on the
his
show.
like
he wanted
fame.
his so he actually went on social media and made his own, you know how they have the covers of like them standing there with their name and their
he
age?
didn't.
He made his own and posted it. He was not on this show.
Men shouldn't have social media.
It needs to be monitored 24/7.
So this guy wanted to be famous.
Yes,
like,
but it's kind of giving me those vibes where it's like.
So did Lauren and Dave end up together or no?
No, they did not. And then afterwards, he was like, I can't believe I couldn't get over myself. Like,
oh, he regrets it.
That's what he said. I don't know if that's for camera or if he truly felt that, but he did come out and be like, it was ridiculous that I couldn't move past this, which it was. It was absolutely
silly
insanity. Yeah.
Okay. So given that, do we think that if she tells her fiance, like he'll get over it?
So I think 4 years is a long time.
4 years is a long time. Like, but if you're never seeing this person, because it says it's like a friend of a friend, a casual acquaintance.
But like, I think that means like in a random social situation.
They might be there.
They might be there.
Yeah.
I would want to know.
Oh, I would feel so embarrassed if I didn't know. And like you feel like everyone else knows but you.
Exactly. And I think that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like I would rather be told about this at the beginning just to know.
Yeah. And that's like a little like kind of fun secret you guys can have together.
Yeah.
Like you're both in the know. Oh, Jeremy's going to be here.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think like, oh man, 4 years.
And engaged.
That's a long time. And it's not like if I were him, like I don't think like you wouldn't be mad at the relationship. Like that's obviously like before you, and
you'd be mad that it was
I would be mad
withheld.
about the lie. The withholding, yeah.
So do you tell him?
Oh,
this is the tricky part. This is like
but
so
I would
delicate.
hate for that to come from somebody else. And I would hate to find out from somebody else.
Yeah. I think you need to do it before you get married. Like you need to tell him.
I think so.
So that he has the option.
And I think it could be like hey, I feel so guilty. Like I have been holding on to this for forever. I didn't think it was a big deal, like for whatever reasons.
Right.
And now I've just like gone so far in my head. But like we have such a beautiful relationship. We are so open with each other. And this is the only thing that I haven't been open with you about.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
FYI,
killing
like
me.
before we started dating, like you could be like, I don't even know if you'll care at all, but I care.
Mm-hmm. True. That's a good way
Right.
to set it up. Yeah.
But yeah, like before we started dating, I had whatever the thing is,
A fling with
this person.
I've already named him Jeremy for some
Jeremy.
reason. You've had a fling with Jeremy.
Fling with Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like explain what it was or wasn't. And like I struggled to tell you, but
Yeah.
I feel like for me it's important to, and I don't know if it'll mean anything to you.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like that. And it sounds like, because she did say it wasn't serious, but it was intimate. It sounds like it was sort of like a
They were
friends
just
with
fucking,
benefits thing. Yeah.
Which I don't,
I'm
it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a
Right.
big deal at all. And if I was in Jeremy's position, I'm Jeremy, I think I would just be like, thank you for telling me.
Oh, no, Jeremy's the fling.
Oh, Jeremy's the fling.
Jeremy's the
Sorry,
fling.
who's the fiance?
I don't know. Let's give him a name. Brian.
Brian. Okay, so if I'm Brian, I'd be like, oh, okay, like, thank you for telling me this. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I'd feel a little bit stupid for being like, we've been around this person, if they have been,
Mhm.
or whatever, but
I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of the writer. And okay, so the reason for not telling him at the beginning is maybe you just don't want him to feel like insecure in like social situations where Jeremy's attending.
And it probably meant nothing to her.
Right.
Which is what it sounds like.
Right. But then as it goes on, then you're like, okay, now when do I tell him? And now you're engaged and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. I can see how it would snowball like that.
I'm putting myself in Brian's shoes. I'd be so bothered by it.
By the hookup or by the lie?
By the lie.
Yeah.
I would feel stupid.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, who else knows? Does everyone know? And I'm at these events where you're both at them.
Yeah.
And I have no idea that you guys were intimate before.
Yeah.
Because she does say, like, there's no way he wouldn't be surprised if he found out. Surprised. She doesn't say upset, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
But could you get past it? I mean, now you have 4 years under your belt and you're engaged to be married, but then is that going to throw a bunch of doubt in, being like, do I know this person? You know what I mean? Like, will it send you down a spiral? I feel like you and I would spiral over that a little bit.
So I have been told at the beginning of like start-ish, like of a relationship, like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but like FYI, I had a thing with this person.
Oh, okay.
In the past, like forever ago, it was like, I think like a one night thing. It was like, okay.
But this is someone you guys would then be around together?
No.
Okay.
But like
you
still,
know
like,
of them.
it's like, yeah, it's like a mutual person.
Okay.
So it's like, it's still like somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I appreciated them telling me that so much.
Right. But
and
was
like,
that at the beginning of the relationship? It was at the beginning.
Which I was like, I don't care about the hookup. That's not it at all. I would have cared to feel stupid and not know.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated the honesty.
Okay. Now take that and put yourself a couple years in.
Fuck. I honestly would be pretty pissed about like the withholding for that long.
Yeah.
But I would still rather know.
I would still rather know. I think I would be upset for a bit, but I'd get over it.
I agree.
Like, you're so much stronger than this, like, whatever that was.
But I think we would need to like discuss the lie in detail, like why.
Walk me through it.
And even like, what have I done to make you feel like you need to withhold that?
Right.
Right? Not that it's anybody's fault in the mix. Like, what about your thoughts made you feel like you had to withhold? Is there anything that I've done or said that made you feel like that? And like, are we withholding things from each other? Like, is like, what's, I don't know, just like, we need to figure that out.
Right. Yeah, I think this has like a potential for you to like evolve your relationship to like the next level, because it is going to be like a tricky, uncomfortable conversation. And it's probably going to be a few days of like working through the emotions.
Yeah.
And I think you need to give them that time. Like, you can't expect to like tell them this and them to be like,
oh,
okay, fine. Like, you've been dealing with this for 4 years. They are just finding out now.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think give them some time. Like, if you guys live together, whatever. But like, and when you have the conversation, be like, when you're ready to talk about it, or if you have any questions, like, let me know. Like, have like let them know that they it's in their court to kind of be like, okay, let's talk about this. I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then answer everything honestly, walk them through it, however they want to go about it.
And I'm wondering what's been bothering her about it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about that. Like, am I reading too deep into that?
What do you mean? Like, what's been keeping her from telling him?
Yeah, because I feel like if it's not a big deal, if it wasn't major, like if it was nothing to speak about, then why?
I think it's just timing. I think,
Yeah.
you know, when you fib on something and then time goes on and then it just seems bigger and bigger, like it just keeps rolling down the hill and it seems bigger than what it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, well, when's a good time? And it's never a good time.
Right.
But now it's like, okay, well, we're about to get married.
Yeah. It's like like I can't go because I have work, but you just don't want to go or whatever. Or like I have a child, like my child has like this thing and I don't, because you don't want to go to something. So you just make up an excuse. But then somebody's asking you about it, like, oh, how is this thing? And you're like, oh,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
And then you have to like continue.
Yeah.
With something so small.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, oh my God.
It makes the lie bigger and bigger and bigger. And I wonder if there has been added lies to this lie for her. And now it's just like unraveling. Yeah. Yeah.
That's hard.
I think what we're saying though is you need to tell him.
I think so. I think Brian would appreciate it.
Our Brian.
And like have a sit down, like be like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. Like make sure you have the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that he knows that you want to talk to him about something that's important that you need to have like a discussion about. Like not just like hey, we're eating dinner, like blah blah blah.
Yeah. And I think like you obviously respect this man, so show some respect.
Yeah.
If you want to get it out there in case someone else brings it up in a situation and then he's sidelined. Yeah. At least if he has that information, he can pretend like he knew the whole time.
Yeah.
To save his own. You know what I mean? Like he can be like, yeah, I knew about it.
Yeah.
Even though he just found out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean?
He's not, because you can tell when somebody's like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me? And they're pretending. They're like, oh, okay, yeah. But they're like, what?
Yeah. And I think, too, the fact that you guys are engaged and, like, there's going to be wedding talk and stuff, people are going to be talking about your relationship more.
And then he'd be like, oh, yeah, I blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Like, what if Jeremy just comes out to him being like, oh, yeah, she's a great girl. Like,
yeah. And be like, how
blah,
do you
blah, blah,
know?
I dated her. You know, yeah. Like, and there's, like, drinking involved with all these events that lead up to a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to get it out. You need to get it
out.
For
both of you.
And you need to be prepared for whatever happens.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And put yourself in his shoes. You would want to know before you get married so that you feel like you're able to make the decision. I'm not saying he's not going to marry you, but if you tell him after you're married, it's a different vibe than like before, and then he's choosing you.
Exactly.
Still. So
I agree.
Yeah. Rough. That's a tricky one. That's bigger than a gold necklace.
That's way bigger.
But we can relate it to that. If gold necklace continues with this lie, she's just going to end up with more gold necklaces, and this like ball of lies rolling down the hill is going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and to put it on Brian's side, like feeling like you've been lied to is not nice.
Yeah.
None of us I don't like to be lied to.
No.
Even if it's a hard truth, I would rather have that truth.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay, so let's get to the point of like, what are good lies? Like, if there are lies, like, what can we lie about?
I definitely am a hard believer in there are some lies that are fine.
Okay.
So I think if you're lying about something that is a surprise for your partner, I think that's fine.
Yeah, because like,
but we come clean after.
There's a time limit on it.
Do you remember this? Yeah, that's because of this. Right? It's like, oh, I lied to you about this because we're throwing a surprise party for you. Right. Or like, we're like, you're going to propose to this person, so you're lying about whatever. Right. Or like in friendship wise, like we've thrown like parties for our friends or whatever for like a bachelorette or like whatever, not a bachelorette. People know about that, but like
like a birthday,
like a little thing. And it's like, yeah, you lie to them about these little things, so that they can, enjoy it.
Right.
So I think that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's understandable.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I agree with that one. I think too, like, what would you call it? If you go and you meet like their family or something.
Yeah.
And you go, I had like a really great time, but like it was just an okay time.
I think that's fine.
Is that a lie though? Like that's just like being human. And like maybe I just didn't feel switched on that night and I like am a little drained. So like I didn't really love it. But like, you know, I had a great time meeting your family. Kind of like I love the necklace. I love the gesture.
Right.
I loved meeting your family, but I'm like zonked. You know what I mean?
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think little things to just like not hurt your partner's feelings.
Yeah. Like,
but it's not something that's going to stick with you. It's not like a true lie. It's like, okay, I can, like, it's just so small.
It's kind of like I loved dinner.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It's not hurtful.
It wasn't
it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah. Like it was kind of bland, but like I loved that you made dinner.
Yeah.
You know, like I love dinner. I love that you like made it and I didn't have to think about it and it fed me. Like I ate it.
Yeah.
But it maybe wasn't great. But I remember, I think there was like a guy on Reddit who wrote, there was like a specific meal that his wife made and he had like gassed it up at the beginning of the relationship and now she makes it for like every special occasion and he actually hates it so much.
No.
And he's just like, how do I come clean?
You start gassing up. You don't.
You
start gassing up another meal.
Oh, honey, I think this is my favorite meal now.
Yes. You've outdone yourself. That you don't come clean about, sir.
And start requesting that one more.
Exactly.
Like, I really love your tacos. I want these tacos.
Yeah. Oh, it's
not
like,
your meatloaf.
Okay. Little lot. So there's some, I'm not a picky eater at all. I eat almost everything, but there are a couple things I cannot even eat to be polite.
Okay.
Right. But there are things that I don't like that I'll eat to be polite.
Right.
For example, corn. I don't like corn.
Like corn on the cob?
Yeah.
Any corn.
Any corn,
okay.
Really, except popcorn.
I won't take corn slander from you, but okay.
But yeah, like
you don't like corn or baths? What is wrong with you?
But like I will eat that to be polite,
right?
And like I feel like then be like, oh, this was so great, like,
right?
It's fine,
But
I'm not gonna like I want to.
I don't want
make
corn
you
every
feel
night.
Good,
yeah,
you know. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you know, you go over to the family's house and they made this. You're like, but you're like,
right.
Could have had less of that.
Right. Yeah, I think those are like, let's call those fibs.
Yeah.
They're just like social niceties.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think those are fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm not okay with?
What?
If I ask anything about my outfit.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Literally.
Do not lie to me.
Do not fucking lie to me. You better
Does my ass look big in these? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Do not lie.
Now, we don't need to be mean.
No.
But if so like sometimes I struggle with getting dressed. So I've sent, like, let's say I'll send Catherine an outfit and be like, oh, like belt, no belt, whatever.
Right.
Or like something about this outfit isn't working. And she'll be like, no belt on that. Or like different color. Or like whatever the case is.
Right.
And so that honesty is appreciated, but we don't need to be mean.
We don't need to be mean. And like, say I put something on, I'm like, does this make me look fat? And my partner goes, I think there's better options. Yeah, I wanted you to say that. But like, I'm still going to be like frustrated because I'm in a part of like getting dressed where I'm frustrated already.
Yes.
So I'm not like frustrated at you. I'm just like, oh, like then what do I wear?
Yes. And it's not like if you're like, oh, does this make me look fat? It's like, well, no, you don't look flat, but there are other like more flattering options.
Right. It's the way you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't just say yeah.
But I don't
like give me a suggestion.
Yeah.
Like an option.
But I don't want to be leaving the house
looking fat.
Looking bad. Like looking gross.
Yeah. So
or like let's say you're like your makeup isn't like blended somewhere. Please God, tell me. Do you know what I mean?
You're lucky you're dating a woman who would notice that.
Right.
Yeah.
Men use those eyeballs. You have them for a reason.
But they don't know. They think, oh, maybe she's just trying something new. You know? Yeah.
But then mention it, be like, hey, this is new.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen you do this before. Is that purposeful?
Is it supposed to be just a giant line along your cheek?
Yeah.
No, it's not blended.
Yeah, things like that I do need a nice truth.
So I asked ChatGPT, what are harmless lies in a relationship or lies that are okay in a relationship? Okay. And they gave a list. They said, number 1, compliments that stretch the truth. So you look amazing in that outfit, even if it's not your favorite.
But your personal opinion is different from...
Yes. And I think read the room.
Yes.
Like we were talking about outfits, but like if she comes out and she's like, I picked this outfit, I love it.
Read the room. You love it too.
Yeah, you love it too.
Yeah.
Right. If she's asking for your input, that's when we're saying don't lie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if she comes out glowing because she's in love with this outfit, we're all in love.
Yeah, exactly. And then they also made the comment of like, I love your cooking. So when you appreciate the effort more than the taste. That's what we said. Yeah.
I love that.
Cute. And then number 2, small omissions to avoid unnecessary worry. So not mentioning minor annoyances or frustrations that you've already processed.
I need an example.
I don't agree with that. Leaving out details about a stressful day if your partner's already overwhelmed. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's not really lying. You're just sort of like not adding to their plate. So like if I come home from work and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm so stressed. You're not going to be like, oh my God, this happened at work too. Like, again, that's like a read the room moment.
I think it's just like supporting your partner either way with whatever one of us needs.
Okay. So that's an okay lie.
And that's where like relationships aren't like 50-50. We're like give and take. And it's like, okay, today my partner needs me to do 70 to 80%. And even though I'm only feeling less than that, I can see that she needs it more than me.
Right. Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. I agree. Number 3 is surprise related lies. I'm working late, but you're actually planning a surprise.
Yes.
Not I'm working late and you're doing something else.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be doing the other thing.
Or I don't know what we're doing for your birthday. Yeah, like those are those are okay lies because there's a time limit on them and then there's like a means to an end for that lie.
Exactly.
Encouraging lies. You've got this. You're going to crush that interview even if you're uncertain. I agree. That's not like a lie. That's like
being supportive.
That's being supportive. I think it's different if you were like, oh, like they're being thrown to the wolves and they're not going to get this, but I'm going to support them. I don't know. I still feel like that's being supportive because we never know the outcome of something.
I think it's just being supportive. It's like you're trying to gas up your partner. It's like your mom gassing you up as a kid.
Yeah.
Gas each other up. I just had this conversation, something about yesterday to be like, we need to gas. Oh, a girl at work, her daughter was like, oh, like, just like talking about how like another girl is so pretty. And we're like, we need to like gas these kids up because like, how are they at such a young age thinking about other people in this way and not thinking about themselves like that?
Oh, and it's just she wasn't like gassing up the other girl. She was just like talking about how pretty the other girl is.
And like, but it's like, you are too.
Right.
Like we need to gas ourselves up and gas each other up. And like, let's not with this negative stuff.
We're all gassy.
Exactly. I sure am.
Oh, and then it says social niceties. So your mom is so sweet, even if she's a bit overbearing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's an okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But you do, when it comes to like in-laws and stuff, I would say you do have to try to have honest conversations with each other nicely.
Yes, totally.
Yes. And not let them like steamroll each other, or like if you have the husband that's like in love with their mom type thing, that's got to be awkward.
Or their sister, apparently.
Or their sister. Dave, we're talking to you.
Yeah. So that's lies. I mean, we could go over lies that you shouldn't do, but I think everyone knows those.
Yeah, I would say so.
And so I guess what we're saying is don't lie to your partner, and if you have lied to them, come clean.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question that I'm going to pose to you. What if you lie to your partner and then it's no longer relevant, it's in the past? Is it worth bringing up if there's no reason to bring it up? Unlike this one that we did where like she slept with someone and like whatever, but like what if you lied about them about one single thing and then we've never dealt with it ever again?
What would be an example of that?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be like,
I think it depends on like, not to be aggressive or point fingers, but like your moral compass, maybe?
Yeah. Like if it's bothering you, then it's worth bringing up.
Yeah.
But if it's going to pose hurt on that person.
I think at the same time, I think we can't always like, in TV and or real life, but we see these people with like huge lies. I'll do like cheating as an example. I think, let's say your relationship has totally gone to shit and maybe like you or the other whoever, someone cheated. And now everything's done. It's broken up. Okay, well now I don't think you need to come forward and hurt your partner more if you're the cheater. to come forward and be like, yeah, I actually cheated on you with like 12 people.
Instead
of
you're
one.
saying like if the relationship's over,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no point in going and telling them that you cheated
like
on
for
them.
stuff like that, I think we can preserve the other person.
Yes.
And like, just because it might make you feel better to come clean, like, come on, you don't need to be hurting that person even more.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You sit in the bed that you made and you fucking deal with that.
I think, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That was obviously an extreme example because I couldn't think of anything else, but like.
Okay. So I like that example, but the relationship's over. It's not like you're continuing it.
Yeah.
No reason to go and like they've done their healing.
Yeah.
To then blow it up again for them to do more healing.
Or even let's say then let's say you cheated and you have worked it out with your partner. Because we know that happens.
Right.
I think there's no sense, like, if you have already discussed everything, I think there's no sense in like bringing up something else that's like part of it, but like irrelevant at the time because we've already dealt with like the heartache and like the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's no sense in being like, oh yeah, I also like bought her this bracelet that you actually want. You know what I mean?
Right. That would just blow it all up
like
again.
We don't need to do that
because you've already just dealt with the cheating and you're staying together.
Yeah.
Okay, what if you cheated and then you never cheated again, but they have no idea?
I think that's so wrong.
We had to do all three versions. Yeah.
I think it's so wrong.
Okay, well, I'm not going to our writer's story, but like, what if it happened during the relationship, like the start of this new relationship? You know what I mean?
I feel so bad for Brian.
Yeah.
Because
we can't use it. This is a different story, but like, yeah, if there was some overlap.
But okay,
of
overlap
Jeremy and Brian.
as in like you're dating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How we're going on dates.
True.
You might sleep with multiple people.
Yeah.
But then now things have progressed and you're choosing to move on with this person and not the other person.
Yes.
Is
it worth telling them? Say they didn't know each other.
If they didn't know each other, maybe not.
No.
Like you could say like, yeah, I was seeing someone. I don't think we need full disclosure in that case.
Right.
Maybe. Maybe it's just I was seeing someone like at the same time, like I was dating.
Can kind of draw conclusions as to what that means.
Yeah, and then we decided to move forward, and I broke that off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I think when you're dating, like as I've gotten older and I'm dating, like I just straight up tell the guys like I'm talking to other people, so they know I'm like seeing other people.
Yeah,
and then you have the conversation of like, no, like I'm not intimate. I'm only intimate with you, and then that obviously then you move on with that relationship or whatever. But yeah, honestly, honesty is the best thing here.
Honesty.
Because I think no lies are good, except maybe the few social niceties we kind of talked about, which are more like little fibs and aren't really hurting anyone. And then if there are lies that have kind of snowballed into bigger ones, just
rip the Band-Aid
and be prepared for whatever the outcome may be. But like, if you were the other person, like put yourself in their shoes, you would want to know. Yeah.
I agree.
I don't want to keep buying gold jewelry for my partner if they don't like it.
Exactly.
Gold jewelry is expensive, but silver is a better option.
Are we not all wearing gold jewelry? I'm kidding. I guess it depends on your colors.
You alternate.
Oh, because I can.
Yeah.
I mostly go gold.
Yeah.
But since I've got my colors done, she said I could do any of them.
Yeah.
But I think gold is just more warm.
Yeah, gold is nice. I love gold.
Yeah.
I love gold. Yeah. Anyways. Did we solve lying in relationships?
I think we did.
I think we did too.
Yeah.
I think we solved at least the 2 advice things from our listeners.
I think so. And I think you can extrapolate those lessons to other relationships, friendships, relationships with your family.
And we'd like to know how it went. If you guys go through and
if
talk
you guys
about
can
your lies,
update us.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious.
But also don't feel the need to have to, because it is like personal. But
but everybody's wondering.
Yeah, we're so curious, and we want to report on it.
Exactly.
Anyways,
so I think we solved lying to your partner.
Mm-hmm.
I think we solved true crime. I mean, this was an episode of all sorts.
We solved a lot from our couch today. Okay, well, until next time, problem solved. Bye, guys.
Bye.